5:15 on the clock this morning, and welcome back to 13 on your side. I'm meteorologist Samantha Jacks. We have some thunderstorms rolling into West Michigan right now over the Lake Michigan corridor and continuing to track towards our shoreline. We'll start things off with our weather ball. It is currently blinking green as we have no change foreseen in our warm temperatures from yesterday, but we do have additional chances for thunderstorms in sight.
The 13 on your side weather ball, sponsored by Countryside Greenhouse.
Let's start things off here with a look at our satellite and radar. It's mainly those of you in our northern counties that will be impacted by the present thunderstorms, but that's not to say there is not more where that came from. As you can see, those storms continuing to take a pretty sharp northeasterly track. So Oceana County, Mason County, you'll first see the impacts of this rainfall. Muskegon, you will likely be clipped by rain, but just no thunder or lightning embedded in the cells that are moving towards you. As you can see, they're gaining just a little bit of umph right now, lots of positive and negative strikes. The more we start to balance those two out, the stronger the thunderstorm cell it is itself. I will say, though, I'm not expecting any severe weather throughout the day today, and it will be far from a washout of a day itself. We'll see temperature-wise growing to around 72 degrees by 9 a.m. and then making our way to around 84 degrees by 3 p.m. That 3 o'clock time frame is when those thunderstorms will start to get a little bit stronger and a bit more scattered in intensity. Hour by hour forecast here, this model run's doing an okay job with that initial system. I will say it's developing a lot of the thunderstorms to the east of us today, but I would not be surprised if we see more of those cells developing in the West Michigan region. A heavy burst of rain, strong gusty winds, maybe some small hail could be embedded in these, but again, we are underneath no severe weather threat for today. A vast majority of your Tuesday will be spent dry. Overnight Tuesday, though, and into Wednesday is when we start to see that surge of moisture we've been talking about all morning long. That's going to come from Hurricane Beryl, making landfall as a Category 1 hurricane. And what's going to happen here is that track of that low pressure system and all the rainfall associated with it is going to continue to make its way towards West Michigan. That extra tropical moisture could potentially bring very heavy rainfall along with it overnight Tuesday and throughout the day on Wednesday. Where we still have some uncertainty, of course, comes in the lie and the track of that low pressure system itself. We have to see how long that low sits and stirs over Texas before it starts to take off and evolve towards us, and where exactly the placement of the low will be. We could be anywhere from around 3/10 of an inch of rain right now all the way up to 3 inches of rain, depending on where that track goes. So that's something we really need to monitor closely in the coming days. Lakeshore boundary today, though, not nearly that much rainfall. In fact, some of you might remain mainly dry throughout the day today, as again, these are very isolated thunderstorms in nature. Upper 70s to low 80s will be our temperatures for our northern zone as well as our lakeshore zone, mid to upper 80s for our southern zone. The rest of your 13 on your side 10-day forecast. Sunshine and very humid conditions return Friday, extending through the weekend. This will fuel some minor thunderstorm potential for the weekend, just not quite high enough for us to include it in the forecast just yet.